Good morning, friends. I'm back again, and I've been away for a while because a few sad things happened in life, and one wonderful miracle happened. My mom passed away, and after that, our beloved pet passed away. We had him for nearly 14 years. And then my daughter, who has been ill for years, and we've tried to find help everywhere, but nobody took notice of what we said, and eventually we got a doctor that really cared. And she was admitted to hospital in a city, about 2 hours drive from our home, and she received blood transfusions because she's got severe anemia, and she's on the mend, and we're back at home. So I haven't been crafting a lot, and grieving is difficult. I'm sure you will understand that, and it's not always that you feel like crafting or sketching or painting. I just felt so numb inside. So I just took time to work through my emotions and my losses, and finding out that my daughter is healing and seeing the difference in her, and no more being pale and out of breath and so weak, and she's smiling and glowing, and things are a bit normal at home now. So that all changes so much, and now I'm feeling I've got my mojo back and I can craft again. So that's just a bit about my personal life. If you hear sounds in the background, I've got a young puppy here with me, and what an experience. It's the most busiest puppy we've ever had, and I think I don't want another puppy again. It's just too much for me. I prefer my cats. But anyhow, this little journal I made, which my daughter that was in hospital had already claimed, is made with the Amalfi Coast freebies by Wild Rose Bohemian. And here are some beads on the dangle and fabric on the spine to cover this stitching of the signature. And then I just added these little flowers with the buttons, and this one of the beautiful images of the kit. So I made this cover from this Amazon Prime bubble wrap envelope. You can see the bubble wrap inside. So you just measure it and cut it out, and then you can you can prime it if you use a light material or fabric that may be transparent. You prime it with white paint, and then you glue your fabric. Otherwise, if it's a dark fabric like this I used, then it's not necessary. But I got that idea from a friend in Creative Journal group, and she made the live video, and I thought it was a brilliant idea for this little journal. So let's flip through it quickly. Yeah, I made this flip pocket with a lot of writing space. This journal isn't over decorated or decorated extremely. I made it as plain as possible because this needs a lot of space when you take it on holiday and you want to make notes and so on. So I added some junk stuff like this glycine bag, and then here I made a belly band from the Amalfi Coast wording, and added this little journal card in there. I printed all my digitals in a small size so that it could make a small journal. And these are all part of the digitals in the freebie, and added some trimming. Isn't this beautiful? I think Rose really captured the theme and the spirit of Italy. I was in Italy many years ago, and I can relate to these digitals. And yeah, I made a little flip pocket and added some rickrack and a lot of sentiments. She made the most beautiful sentiments with this kit. And these digitals are really just reminding me of sunshine and being at the beach and walking on the dunes. And it's really a lovely digital. and the seashells and so on, and a lot of space to write. And this reminds me of myself walking on the beach. I love walking on the beach. And here's a little flip tuck spot, and here is one of my favorites, the dolphin. I love dolphins. Since I've been a child, I've been fond about dolphins. And more trimming, and then here I made a flip with a lemon part of the digitals. These are also really beautiful. It reminds me of the sunshine and the liveliness at the beach. And this is just a little fun decoration I added. And here's handmade paper with a sentiment on it, a little tag, and more writing space. And my puppy is busy in the background, more trimming. And here I made this flip out with the fabric and die cut edging, and more sentiments and more space to write, and sea stars and beautiful houses at the Amalfi Coast, more writing space, and a little heart with a bit of romance at the beach. And these digitals are just so expressive. And this is also a place to write something, and I glued it to a bit of coffee dyed paper, more of the digitals, and a little flip. So you can see it's very plain and simple. I think one doesn't necessarily need to over decorate, or the digitals speak for themselves with the sentiments included. Like this sentiment says, she holds her truth whole and radiant, inviting all her depths to rise. It just gives the image a description. And yeah, I made a belly band with a little booklet I made of a little paper bag, and there's a little tuck spot so you can hide something in here. And more writing space on the postcard. And here's a little pocket again with a journal card. And this is the other side of the glycine bag, and I added a little butterfly because it reminds me of the feeling free. When I'm at the beach, I feel so free. And here's a lace pocket with a little booklet in here that I also made from the digitals. And that's the end of the journal, with this lovely ending of summer and the glow of summer. She carries her light with grace. So I really enjoyed making this little journal, and I know it speaks to my daughter. She's a very arty person and likes the simplicity of this journal. So I will be on my YouTube with more videos. I didn't disappear from the planet, so please don't leave my YouTube. I see I lost some subscribers. Sorry that you left. Maybe my journals are too boring, or you thought I disappeared, but I'm back again. And one has to take in mind that sometimes life comes in between our hobbies, and we have to set hobbies aside to handle what life throws at us. And that's just what I've been doing. And it was a difficult time grieving, and I felt so numb. So it's great to be crafting again and creating something beautiful. Have a happy day and happy crafting. Bye-bye.